Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You are here with Taylor Louise and I ask you please ignore my background. Our 4-bedroom house is currently 1 bedroom. That is what is accessible to me. So it is a bit crazy. I also don't have my usual setup and I don't have all of my things that I need to film these videos, but I just wanted to pop on here and say welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. Make sure you go down below and subscribe if you don't want to miss one of these videos, and also head on over to my Instagram @_TaylorLouise to also be notified when I post new videos and stay up to date with my daily life. Today for you, I have a video. We are going to budget and plan and also cash stuff my side hustle money, my second and third income money for the month of June. It is my final cash stuffing for June and it'll be very exciting to see where that money goes, as well as we do need to close the budget for June. So I need to count my sinking funds and update them and find out how much I've spent in my different budget categories for the month. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stay and join me and you won't be looking at this ugly background. Okay guys, see you soon.
See your beauty in the uploads. You can't love yourself in this silence.
Okay, hello and welcome back. Today the first thing that we are going to do is work out what we're going to do with my side hustle money for the month of June. So if you've seen my videos before, you know that I budget out fortnightly my salary paychecks that come bi-weekly, but I also save up all of my side hustle money and budget that out all at once at the end of the month. So we're gonna say paycheck date is the 30th of the 6th, just because last day of the month, and we had a couple of forms of income. So we had my retail job and that was $325 for the month, and my number 3 or my tutoring money was $300 for the month, so $625 total. So $625 I have to play with for side hustle money for the month of June. So the way that that's going to work is, first of all, bills. I'm going to put PayPal here because this is already spent. This was money that I actually spent knowing that I had money there. I was just silly and I spent $60 on myself. So I know that that's already spent, so I have to budget that as a bill. That's kind of like cushion money, I guess. And then for my IOG, now I put $300 aside out of every fortnightly paycheck, but I'm going to put $100 into that from my side hustle money. And then my house, I'm going to put aside $50. So that's going to be $210 total for bills. And then we have, oh my goodness, I have to do the math in my head because I don't have a calculator today. Okie dokie. So that's $415 remaining. And then with $415 left, the next thing I'm going to do is add to my beauty category. I'm going to put $15, and that's for my cash envelope for beauty. And then in my eating out, I'm going to add $15 as well. So that's going to be $30 total for the envelope, and that's going to mean I have $385 remaining. Actually, I'll change that. What I'll do, oh my goodness, what a mess today. I'm actually going to put $20 in my eating out, and that's going to take it to $35, and it's going to mean there's $380 remaining. There we go. And then, so in my sinking funds, in my tax fund, I'm going to put $30 for to pay the tax man in a month's time, because at the end of June is when we can do our tax, at the end of the financial year. It is now the new financial year, so I will need to go see the tax guy soon to process that. And then in my clothes sinking fund, I'm going to put a big star here. I'm actually going to save $300 of this. The reason for this is that there's going to be a big launch of Sarah's Day X White Fox Active very, very soon, and I love her stuff, and I'm literally wearing an item of it now. I wear pretty much that brand every single day. So I'm allowing myself, in my side hustle money, the money that I'm earning on the side, I should be able to do what I like with. So I'm going to buy some clothes, and I don't know exactly what it is, what is releasing, and I don't know exactly how much anything costs. So I'm putting a big chunk of that aside so that I'm covered to get a decent amount of it. So it's going to be $330 there, meaning we have $50 left to play with. And then, so I suppose we might do my savings challenge. So that's my car savings challenge. I want to buy a new car in a month's time. I have $50 left, so I'll put $50 in there, leaving with $0 left over. So we have 625 minus 210 minus 35 minus 330 minus 50, and that should 380, yep, equals $0. So let's look at then how much cash I need. So these are cash, so that's 35. Clothes, that might stay in my bank. We might put bank there, but this one's going to be cash, so 30. And savings challenge is going to be cash, so 50. So I'm going to need 80. I'm going to need $115 in cash today for my stuffing. So let me get that sorted.
I'm tired of trying to fit in. Is there anybody listening?
Okay, here I am back with some cash. I don't have my cash tray today because, like I said, some of my stuff is actually locked in another room that I can't access. So what we'll first do is we decided that there was going to be $115 in cash because the others are bank transfer for the rest of this income or already spent. So first of all, I'll move these off to the side and we'll count up this cash just to make sure that I have gathered up the $115 that we need. So I have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115. So we have $115 today to budget. Okay, there we go. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing are my cash envelopes. So the cash envelope binders that I'll be stuffing today are not tea, not food, not fitness. What's this one? Eating out. So the reason why I've decided to stuff eating out is because this just got money, and I've written my dates wrong, but it got money on the 29th of the 6th, got $150, and it's the 2nd of the 6th now, and it's got $25 left. So I decided that on the 2nd of the 6th, it can get an additional $20 because that's meant to last me a fortnight. So it's now got $45 in there. Well, no, yeah, it should have $45 in there. So it's got $25 in there currently, and I might add two $10 notes. So 20, 30, 40, 45 in eating out. Fuel, no. Beauty, yes. So beauty has $95 in it currently. And it is now the 2nd of the 7th. I've just written all these wrong dates. I need to go back and check them all. So it is actually going to get $15 today, which should take that up to $110. And I'm spending 65 of that tonight to get my lashes done. So $15. And like we said, 110 should be in here. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. And I believe that's all of my cash envelopes that we're stuffing because house isn't getting anything, neither is miscellaneous, and back to bank envelope obviously isn't getting anything. I do have some coins in there, but we'll count those when I have my jars available. So we'll move on to some sinking funds. So again, not many of these are being stuffed today, but I'm going to skip to the back because tax currently has $90 in it, and that one's getting 30 today. Plus 30 is 120. So we should have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 120. I don't know why I just lost my count there. 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. Perfect. And then last but not least is my car savings. So I'll pull that out there and I'll get this one here. So it's my savings challenge, my $1,000 savings challenge, and I've budgeted $50 for that today. So we've got to determine which one I am stuffing. So we've got $50. Should I just do two 25s? I could do like a 35 and a 15, but there's not many 15s on here. Might do two. What else have I got on here? Is there a $40 on here? No. What I might do is I will do two 25s. So I've got a 25.
Get the nice bottle wine after we can hit the strip on up his credit line. Get the new Fanny I've been eyeing. Yeah, yeah. Only go first class when I fly. Yeah, cause I got expensive taste.
Perfect. Cute, but not necessarily functional. This is not my normal highlighter. Okay, so another $50 going in to this challenge. So let's count what this is at. 51, 52, 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 300, 5, 10. So $310 in my car cash savings. So I'm going to pop that in here. I'm going to fill this out. This is so exciting. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these already stuffed, and there's 30 altogether. So it feels really cool. I did only just start this within the last 2 weeks, so it's amazing that I've been able to fill out so many of them already. That is my budget plan and cash stuffing for my side hustle income for the month of June. There are a few other things that I'll do with you. So I just realized, even though that's my cash stuffed, I do normally fill these out on camera with you. So yearly bills, no. Car, no. Home, yes. So on the 2nd of the 7th, and I know it's not green, but this is the only pen that I have that isn't locked away from my reach. So home is getting $50 today because it's my bonus income. So I'll do that transfer straight after this video, and that'll be sitting on $1,250. And then dental, medical, no. IOG is getting $100. So 2nd of the 7th, $100, 5300, $5,300 in there. And emergency is not getting anything either. And they can go back in there. And then the only other money is the PayPal money that I've already spent out of my cushion. So that's just going to stay in my bank account to fill up my cushion. And there's $300 that's going to sit in my cushion waiting for me to spend money. What I might do actually is find my clothes one. Here it is. So I have $40 in cash in my clothes sinking fund, but I might actually put on here 2nd of the 7th, and I'm going to say, so this basically means I've added $300 and it's in my bank. So I've got $40 in cash and $300 in account number 1. So that will show me here. I will understand this and I will know that there's actually $340 in my clothes sinking fund, even though it's not physically in the envelope. Okie dokie. I am about to also film my monthly closeout for the month of June, so stay tuned for that. Okay, welcome back guys. We're going to close my June budget, but we are going to do this a little bit differently than normal, just because, as I've mentioned previously a bunch of times, you're sick of hearing it, I'm not in my normal setup. I don't have my normal things, and therefore it's made it really difficult. So as you can see, I haven't finished highlighting this and I don't have access to my highlighters, but I have worked out exactly how much I've spent in each of my categories in the month of June. So that's kind of what it looked like. Very messy, which is just the nature of spending. It does get very messy over the course of the month. So yes, that is my expense tracking. I add to it almost daily, pretty much just to make sure I'm keeping track of everything that I'm spending in cash, on card, etc. Also anything that's coming into my account as well as income. So moving along, I used all of that and I actually tallied up in my categories how much I spent in the month and what that is as a percentage of my income. Now, for some reason, I didn't take down a starting balance at the start of the month, so I couldn't factor that one in. I don't really count my rollover and count my envelopes and work out that figure. I know that the budget mom does, and I probably should, but I haven't really figured out yet how to do it, how to work out a starting balance and how to factor in the rollover and the sinking funds as incoming income and all of that. It's really messy for me. So what I prefer to do is just go, I earned this much money. My income is what I earned this month. So through my 3 salary paychecks, because that was a bonus paycheck month for me, as well as my side hustle income of my 2nd job and my 3rd job, that total and money that I brought in this month was $6,247. That was the amount that came in. So that's what I used based on my calendar spread that I just showed you. These were the amounts that I spent in all of my categories. Keep in mind that spent is used loosely because I do factor in my savings when I do my bank transfers goes to my big savings, I actually track that on here. So that's not really spendings, and so we look at both of those when we come down here. So we look at how much money did I actually spend. Okay, well, it says that I spent $5,172 of that. I didn't. I only spent, minus the savings, $2,000, just over $2,000. So of that amount of money, I only spent $2,000. So then we look at the percentages of my income, and this is what is always really interesting to me, and I can see that as a percentage of my income, most of these things dropped this month. Do I have, we'll look at that comparison shortly, but the main thing that I think is important to look at is that 57% of my income, my incoming income that I earned in the month, went to savings or some form of savings. This money could have been saved and then spent, which some of it was, because some of this savings actually factors in money that I was saving up for a dentist appointment, and that came out of this miscellaneous here. So it's kind of factored in twice here, but it's still incredible for me to see that 57% of my income was saved. That comes to 90% total. This doesn't add up to 100 because I don't count my rollover. So about 10% is the rollover of sinking funds and cash envelopes, and I'm happy to just roll with that. That's fine. And I worked out these numbers and worked out that 33% of my income was the money that I spent. So that's pretty impressive as well. Only a third of my income. So then we move along. And again, like I said, it's not perfect, and I don't think it ever will be, but I do want to get a handle on how to actually track it so that it would be at 100%. But for now, I'm doing what I can. So then we look at my monthly spending comparison. So in May, I only earned $4,235 because, like I said, I did have a bonus check. So my income in the month of June was $2,192 more than the previous month. But still, if we look at this, the percentage of my income that went to savings last month was 20%. That was the highest percentage of everything, and it's the highest percentage again. But I have more than doubled it, and I think having that extra income inflow, because this covered my bills and this covers my bills, that extra amount that I got was able to go mostly to savings. So if we look at some comparisons, bills were a little bit less this month as a percentage, but that's because the amount of bills didn't increase just because my income increased. Utilities a little bit more. I had some one-off bills, yearly bills that came out this month. Food, I actually dropped my food budget down, and I wonder if that is because I altered the way that I do it. I went food and eating out within the month, and I was just really cognizant of how much money I was spending on food. So I like that this has dropped down a bit, but if we actually looked at, I only saved $50-ish here because of, again, this massive increase means that these amounts are going to naturally be a little bit lower. Spendings, I decreased my spendings on myself this month. That will rise again next month. I do have a big purchase that I'm planning on making next month, so that's good. And I think some of that, I actually didn't factor that in at all into my spend income. So I put some money aside this month, like $300 aside this month for that spending, but I haven't factored it in here at all because it's technically cash envelope, and I don't track my cash envelopes in terms of spent if it's not spent yet. Beauty, I decreased the spending there. A few factors came into play there. My mum actually shattered my nails that I've got now, and some other factors. Miscellaneous rose a lot, and again, that's because our dentist appointment is in there for a crown. Fitness decreased a little bit just because we had finals, so we had knocked out, so I had a week that I didn't have a game, well, 2 games really. Gifting, I didn't spend any money on gifting this month, no one's birthday. House, I didn't have, last month I actually had a big bill to come out to pay lawyer's fees for the house that we're buying. This month I paid for the mole man once, and that was all that I had to pay for this month's house, but I do have money saved to spend on the house. Boo and Bernie, I didn't spend any money on my boyfriend or my dog this month, so that didn't come out of my food budget, that is. So it's interesting to compare that and see that I definitely am trending downwards in my spending when it comes to things like food and beauty, and main factors that those are the main factors that I really care about getting down, is my food and my spendings. So sorry, my food, my spendings and beauty. They're the 3 that I'm like, yes, it's just good to see that these are trending down and this one is trending up. That's what I really like to see. So moving on. Okay. So in May, this was my sinking funds update. I started the month with $6,280. I ended the month with $7,689.20. So let's look at how that has changed this month. So sorry, I have to turn it on the side, otherwise I can't write. So my cushion in my bank, I worked this out prior because like I said, I don't have a calculator today. So my cushion ending amount is $484, and that is a change. Oh, should I work out the changes after? Oh no, that's a change of $133 gain. I've almost hit my goal there. I don't know what I'm going to do when it hits 500. I think I'm not going to add to it unless I use it, and then if I use it the next pay, I will bump it back up again. I'll see how we go with that. Yearly bills is sitting at $205, meaning I added 25 to that this month. Car is sitting at $1,640, meaning I added a total of $990 to that this month. I am so impressed with myself with that. I was doing $130 a fortnight, and then I bumped it to $330. Home is sitting at $1,250. That's an $800 gain. Consistency is key. Travel was sitting at $25. It's now sitting at $40, so it's just bumped up $15. Dentist or medical is now sitting at $150. I went to the dentist, so I got that all the way up to $500, and then it's dropped down to $150, so it's gone down $125. It's the nature of a sinking fund. I saved it for a reason, and I used it for that reason, and I already have some left over, so that's good to see. IOG $5,300. I saved $1,000 for that, and consider this to be bills that are spent because this is not my money. Emergency sitting at $1,065. $15. Gifts is sitting at $35, meaning I gained $15. Boo is sitting at $105, meaning I gained $50. Bernie is sitting at $40, another $15, $65. I liked the 15s, didn't I? Beauty sinking fund is sitting at $65, meaning that one gained $30. Boss Babe is sitting at $45, meaning that also gained $30. Thank you to my subscriber that commented and suggested I change it from Boss Up to Boss Babe. I do like that, so I'm going to stick with that. Christmas is sitting at $90, meaning a $40 rise. Tax is sitting at, I just went to write the amount that it changed by. Thank goodness for erasable pens, everybody. $120, $30. Savings challenge is sitting at $310, meaning that has risen by $210. Cans for change is still sitting at $18.20. No change there. I have been saving my cans, I just haven't taken them in because I wait until I've got a heap. And clothes is a newer sinking fund, and that's got $340 in it. That's one that I know that I will be spending money out of on like the 13th of July, so very, very soon, but that's okay. $340 there. So my month began at $7,689.20, and I am ending the month at, drumroll please, $11,367.20. That is an increase of $3,678. I have gone over the 10k mark. I have gone over and above the 10k mark in my sinking funds. Wow. Some loyal mentions to my IOG, car savings, and my car savings challenge, and my home. You can really see where my money is going when we look at this. Actually, if we look at all my big ones, we see that my priorities are new car. We can see my priorities are my new home. My priorities are, which is like my bills partner, let's call that. And this is for me. So we have balance here. We have paying bills, obviously. We have saving for a car and a home, and we have treating myself while I'm at it. And all of these things have led to this incredible number. I know I'm talking quietly, but wow, I'm so happy. What a terrible drawing. I'm so happy to see this here, and I'm also excited for next month to see how that grows even further. I'm excited to see if I get tax back and what that amount is and how we could play with that in here as well. So stay tuned for my next video. I'm not going to talk about this for much longer, but I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that your sinking funds have also risen a lot. Tell me down below what this amount is, how much your sinking funds have changed in the month of June, because I would like to celebrate with you. A little bit different this month, but I am looking forward to getting back to my regular programming next month for these filmings. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you go down below and hit the like button. Make sure that you also subscribe to get notified every single time that I upload a brand new video. Tick the bell as well, and head over to my Instagram at _Taylor Louise, and I shall see you over there. Bye guys.